Good evening, everyone, and welcome to IER Vibes, your info entertainment reviews. Shout out to YouTube.com and a special shout out to all of my supporters here at Info Entertainment Reviews channel. Thank you all so much, very kindly, means a lot. Shout out to CF Shen, Secure Team, Death Sense, and as well, VP Earthwatch. And don't forget to go check out JT's RC's YouTube channel. Go check him out if you're into RC cars and stuff. That is the channel to watch. Very indeed. Truly one must see. So, continuing in, coming from Phoenix, Arizona. It is currently October 13th, 2018, and just a hair under 8:40 p.m. Arizona time. Now, as I mentioned about yesterday's update, due to the earthquakes and the amount of activity building up, we do have a 6.7 magnitude. As I was mentioning, that would possibly hit somewhere around up over here, but take a look. Alaska still not yet have been receiving anything within such high magnitudes, though it is fulfilling as what I mentioned from yesterday's update. Earthquakes is starting to do build up and sprout out, and as you can see here, multiple 2 and 1 magnitude quakes. And it seems like as we zoom on in, let's take a look here real fast, and I believe we're going to be seeing a possible 3 magnitude earthquake, a couple of them, as a matter of fact. A 3.0 at 2.49 miles deep. And yes, as you do see, I did convert things over today and made sure that you would definitely get everything in miles versus the kilometers. And we also are seeing the Mother Earth's tectonic plates. Let's take a zoom up over here before we get in further. Now, we're not just seeing just one, but it looks like we have 2 big quakes. So things are really going to certainly be ticking up over the next 24 hours, possibly even sooner. Especially for Alaska. Alaska will be getting within the next 24 to 48 hours. We will be seeing some 5 magnitude quakes definitely start stirring up. Now let's take a look here and see what the magnitude at a 6.7 at 292 miles deep into the Earth's ground. And as we zoom on out, let's take a quick peek at this other quake. And this one, it got at a 6.5 magnitude quake. That is over a total of 12 plus magnitudes. You put the 2 together and you're looking at well over 13 magnitudes put together in the 2. Truly unbelievable. It is getting pretty crazy with these earthquakes, folks. So, is it over for this area? Possibly not. We will be seeing a lot more quakes shaking up within through this whole region spot. As we zoom on out further, just a little bit, let's take a look at these last 2 right here in the yellow. And we have a 4.3, 31 miles deep. And we have a few of them also on this section with a 4.9. Let's put that at a 5.0, 21 miles deep. That one was 151 kilometers south of Severo, Russia. Now we're going to move a little bit further down, coming up towards not too far from Japan. Take a look at this, you guys, at a 5.1. At 236 miles deep in the Earth's ground, and that was 236 kilometers also northwest of Kuros, Russia. Wow, what a coincidence, showing 236 miles deep and then showing the distance of 236 miles northwest. Something different there, I see. Anyhow, as we move along, nothing yet directly to strike hit in Japan, though we do have this earthquake over here, which is continuing to spread. Also, that is a 4.6 magnitude. We're going to go ahead and set that at a 4.7, 106 miles, 0.19 deep in the Earth's ground. And again, that was 160 kilometers northwest of Nago, Japan. Zooming on out, folks, as we head towards to Indonesia, take a look up over here. Now, let's go ahead and get this quake also out of the way. And this one, I have been wanting to focus a lot more on the bigger quakes. And this is getting kind of close up in the main 5 range of earthquakes. 4.6, 26.91 miles deep. That one right here was 242 kilometers northwest, and that was Farallon de Prados, Northern Mariana Islands. Continuing on, folks, now, here we go as we hit past the Philippines. As you can see, let's zoom on down and get even closer. Take a look at this earthquake as it struck at a 4.0 magnitude at 114.95 miles deep. And this was right within up in Shanghai, Indonesia. And here's where things start to stir up. As I was mentioning, we would be seeing in the next few days, and especially for the rest of the 7 days ahead of us. This quake right here is a 5.4 magnitude, striking right up in Molucca Sea, and that was 76.43 miles deep into the Earth's ground. getting into the hearts of Indonesia. Take a look at this earthquake striking at 3.0 magnitudes. That was 6.84 miles deep, and it's from Manasya, Sulawesi, Indonesia. So, folks, like I said, do be alert for the next few days ahead, especially for these next 24 hours. I believe we're going to be seeing a big uptick in the seismic activity. And also take a look at this quake. Here's one that struck up in Christmas Islands. Christmas Islands, folks. I would love to go there. Well, maybe, probably, possibly not, just because it's sitting on Mother Earth's main tectonic plates. Wow, that was a lot to be said without a breath. We got to make things fun during these earthquake updates, you guys. Good to have a good little laugh. Now, here we are with this 5.0 magnitude earthquake at 2.52 miles deep in the Mother Earth's crust. Take a look at 165 kilometers northwest, just a flying fish cove of Christmas Islands. I never knew fish could fly. Truly interesting. Continuing on over, 3.7 magnitude. Take a look at this at 13.05 miles deep, and this was southern Sumatra, Indonesia, another area that is very highly well known of getting hit when it comes to earthquakes. Now, as we move back on down over here, take a look at Australia. I was pretty much you could say, expecting this earthquake to turn around and strike. Because why? Well, Australia, for one, they're not known for getting their earthquakes. Though, take a look up over here, and we're pretty much, let's list this at a 3.0, because that's pretty well more of what that was before the data comes here. This is Western Australia's side at 6.21 miles deep into the Earth's ground. So that was a fairly shallow earthquake, though nothing major, but again, certainly within the 3 range. Now come up over here. Take a look at this side. We have this earthquake striking just 42 kilometers west-northwest of Sola Vanuatu Islands. And this was at a 5.7 magnitude, 123.64 miles deep into the Earth's ground. And it's going to be following by, like I said, from yesterday's update, anywhere from basically Tonga to Fiji, plus Solomon Islands, etc. We will be seeing a lot of activity build up. And hopefully, like I was mentioning, when it comes to these quakes, we've already pretty much near the first 24-hour mark almost, as this update is being done just a few hours earlier than yesterday's. Now, again, we have the rest of the week ahead to go throughout for these earthquake watch. But again, we hope to pray that we do not see any 6s or hopefully near 7 magnitude quakes. Because of the way how things are looking, as we zoom on out, just give you guys a good idea here. Look at the patterns from yesterday's effect. Now, those of you who watch, many of you came and watched that update, and you look at those patterns versus these, and it's pretty much how I've learned, and for me, it works for me great. And I've always been right on top of every single thing that I've been able to give you guys a heads up on ahead of time. Now, these quakes are definitely doing what I was said we're gonna do. Now, with the fact that how Indonesia has been getting so much earthquakes, they've had that almost 8 near magnitude. That was very well close. And then they had the 7, and then supposedly, I guess, that other 7. Then they were seeing 6s, other 6s, and 5s. It seemed like things were to start to calm down, but now things are starting to pick up, as you can clearly see right here. So with these quakes, and then going towards up over here in this area, I believe we may be seeing a possible 4.7 strike anywhere within through here within the next 48 hours in this main area. Despite with this quake here, because the magnitude, oh, here it is. It's already ahead, 4.5. So that ain't the only one that's going to strike this area. I almost thought that this was pretty much going to be about a 3 magnitude that we were going to look at. This was only 24.85 miles deep. So yes, again, that is definitely, like I mentioned, give it a little heads up. Definitely going to be seeing some earthquake activity right within here, certainly in the 4+ ranges. Now, again, this quake, as we're seeing at a 5.0, only 2 miles deep into the Earth's ground. God forbid we do not see any 6.7s or near 7 magnitudes anywhere from Indonesia, Philippines, and going all the way up as well towards Fiji. New Zealand, we do not see any earthquake activity as of yet in the next 24 hours to strike here. Though within after that, in a total of 48 hours, do keep an eye out because New Zealand, you guys just may be receiving a 5.0. If not just one, might be receiving multiple quakes. Definitely guarantee that we will be seeing a possible 3.0 strike in the following 24 hours ahead. But though, just do keep a watch. Let's take a look at over here in South America. Following by near Peru, not too far at all from that area. Take a look at this. It's only 15 kilometers west-southwest of Pisco, Peru. 5.2 magnitude earthquake striking at only 25.38 miles deep. So this is another one that is fairly well shallow. When it comes to these 5 magnitude quakes, yes, they may not be something extreme, but golly, let me tell you, when it comes to these quakes being a little bit shallow as they have been, that's where things really start to stir up. Yes, deep earthquakes can also send some major movement throughout the Earth's plate zones. But as much as the effect that it could take deep in the Earth's grounds, it takes a much better, basically say a broader effect, a broader effect when it comes to these shallow quakes. And the only reason why, because you feel them more, they spread even more. It's pretty amazing how you could take this earthquake right here as an example. Let me get back up over here. As an example for these earthquakes, you could seriously take that 5.2 and instead of being 25.38 miles deep, let's say it was 416.27 miles deep. The effect of this earthquake hitting at that amount of depth versus at 25.38 miles would not have as much as an effect, though it would be felt, but not as like this quake here. And especially depending on the area as well. It depends how many plates that it struck within that zone and the weakness and what. When it comes to those, everything it does, it makes a truly big difference on these quakes. Really amazing how Mother Earth, how things just work, and you have the limestone, etc. But we'll kick it into those other details later on, explaining about Mother Earth's natural grounds. Now, moving right here, 3.0 magnitude, striking Tarapacá, Chile at a 69.59 miles in depth, and it doesn't stop there. We will be seeing multiple earthquakes in the next coming 48 hours, and if not, probably even within the next 24. Why? Because the way we're seeing all this amount of activity building up on the southern United States area, going to be very interesting because take a look, 4.4, 87.89 miles deep in the Earth's ground at 155 kilometers just north of Calama, Chile, followed by these other 3 magnitudes. Definitely going to be seeing some other 5 magnitudes strike all throughout this area, and they're going to be sprouted out. Now, we're going to go up towards, take a quick peek at Tobago area. Now, I want to give a shout out to Brian, that's out there in Trinidad, Tobago. Guys, they recently had a massive, huge earthquake. Those of you, many of you have remember that. And usually they don't get rocked. Boy, did they certainly get rocked this time. We do have a bunch of stuff because of this earthquake and the way how this movement is. What gets me, now, we still have the rest, as I mentioned, the 7 days ahead. Though, following by the end of that 7 days, do keep an eye out for all of you out there in Trinidad, Tobago. If this does not continue the way I think that this is, hopefully it doesn't. Though you guys may possibly see a coming of a 4.0 magnitude strike within, and if not, on Trinidad, Tobago main island. So you guys keep an eye there for that area also as well due to the earthquakes, because not just that, as I mentioned, but take a look up over here, the way how things are stirring up. Trinidad sits right on top of the Mother Earth's plate zone. I mean, literally rips right through the center, which really blows my mind. And it's not the only fault that actually rips right through there. Trinidad Tobago has multiple other faults that I have recently found. We will do that in another video. We're already 13.57 minutes already into this video. I hope you guys are truly enjoying. And thank you all so much for the great support. CF Shin, thank you as well. Such kindly, it really means a lot for all of you. Guys are amazing. I'm glad you enjoyed the channel. And do again, please stay up. I'll keep you updated on the coming videos ahead. Right here, before we end all this earthquake update, continuing with another one following later on this evening. 2.82 at 13 miles deep. And this was only 16 kilometers just north of Tierras Nuevas, Poinet, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico seeing a little bit of quite a bit, some activity. You have Virgin Islands striking at a 2.97, following by this other quake at a 3.29 magnitude, and that was at 57.17 miles deep. That is pretty well shallow and probably well felt because of the area. Less mass, lots of small little cracks of plates just sitting there that are not listed. And this, it's kind of compared to the way how from Fiji and Solomon Islands area is. Very similar to that side, exactly how this side is. We will definitely go on a satellite 3D view. I'm going to show you guys some very interesting things of what's in Mother Earth's oceans floor. We'll see that probably by next week's video. 44 miles, 44.7 miles deep, 3.07, 84 kilometers, sorry, north of San Antonio, Puerto Rico. Let's go ahead and end that one over there, coming in towards Mexico. You guys, ladies and gentlemen, bam, there it is. As I mentioned, take a look. We have right up in Guatemala, 5.7 magnitude, 39.42 miles deep, 13 kilometers just east of Nueva Concepcion, Guatemala. This is going to be going straight up over here as due for the 24 hours, if not even less. We definitely might just see that 5.0 or greater magnitude strike anywhere from here and possibly within throughout this area over here. So if not within through the oceans area on the coastals, we definitely will see it on land. Things are really moving up, you guys, and we have a 4+ magnitude striking, which is a 4.1. And this was only 3 miles deep, 3.11 miles deep. So this is going to be a lot of stuff happening, and we could see maybe even a 6 magnitude strike. Things are building up. Just take a look at the amount of earthquakes. That's just for today. The West Coast coming up towards California. Take a look up over here as we see 8 kilometers northeast of Aguana, California, 3.42 magnitude. This was a super shallow, at its shallowest almost at 1.47 miles deep. Thank goodness I haven't seen nothing that is negative 0.1 or etc. in miles, because nothing could be airborne in earthquakes. And if so, then that's some scientific stuff. What do you say? Leave me comments in the down details below. Even though I'm being a little sarcastic on that one, but folks, no, really. Any of you believe in airborne earthquakes? Is it possible? Yes, this may be a theory that I have come up with, but it's just a theory. Let me know. Is it possible, you guys? I would love to hear what you say on that one. It probably sounds a little bit bonkers, but I mean, hey, what is these days with today's technology? Continue on down. Take a look over here as we have a 2.7 magnitude striking at 3.37 miles deep, 6 kilometers northwest of Pinnacles, California. And also take a look at this quake following by this one, which is struck within the 2.81 magnitude range, only 3.82 miles deep, 5 kilometers just west-northwest of San Juan Bautista, California. And also, there are some multiple little faults. We're going to have to take a zoom through when we do the next week's video, just showing you faults and everything. We'll just make it just for that day of the faults. If there are any big quakes after our 7 days of what's going on our watch, I definitely will report during that update when we do that video. Now, Alaska still on a hell watch for anything within a 5 or greater magnitude earthquakes, as I was mentioning, anywhere from within this area here and spreading all the way up and through here. So do keep a watch. Multiple 2 magnitudes. For Russia's end, Russia is definitely going to be getting multiple 5 magnitudes, especially from now on forward, all the way through the 7 days, and things are going to be really ticking up. This is truly something, you guys, of what Mother Nature is doing. For Australia, we will not see any other earthquakes other than this one to strike. It's very odd because once only in a great blue moon does Australia, because it's sitting basically on a very stable zone, believe it or not. And it's like in its own bowl, but surrounded by all these crazy plates. Truly insane. Boy, what else can Mother Earth throw at us? Love, live, smile. Folks, thank you all so much. Lots of love to you all. And hope you all enjoy this latest update. Enjoy the rest of your evening, your morning. This is IR Vibes. Much love. Heads up high, feet grounded.